everybody. Thanks for joining us on our first ever Saturday special. If you couldn't get enough of us during the week, we decided to drop a little bomb this Saturday, and we're going to hit a couple of the biggest things going on in the sports world right now, including UFC 272. And no, I won't be wrestling the 7-foot-tall David Cone. It's Masvidal and Covington. But first, before we get into it, before we get down on the mat and wrestle out the answers, make sure you guys go subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube at Crain and Company. We're number 2 in the world right now in sports. We want to go to number 1. We want to be number 1 in the charts because we know we're number 1 in your hearts. So leave a 5-star review. But gentlemen, David Cone, enjoyed the positivity as always, even though I think you're going to be wrong in who you're about to pick.
You have to be optimistic in life. You know?
You do have to be optimistic. Blaine, my brother, also think you're going to be wrong. We're going to get into it, and very interested to hear what you think about Amari Cooper. But first, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Masvidal, Covington.
I can feel it.
If you're looking at from a fundamental stand-up wrestling standpoint, to me, it's very simple what's going to happen tonight. Covington isn't going to stand up and turn this into a boxing match. You know, that this isn't going to be a Mayweather-McGregor situation. He's going to get Masvidal on the mat. He's going to get him against the cage. And everybody's talking about Masvidal's takedown defense. Masvidal's takedown defense. It's a little bit overrated to me. Not that Mozzie can't throw him. All right, I know he's a street fighter with Kimbo Slice. He tries to catch you sleeping. But when you look at Covington, he can stand up and throw if he has to. But why? It's like in football. If you're able to pound the run at him, why are you going to sit here and run play action and throw the ball all the time? Run it to set up a little play action, then take a shot. I don't think Kobe's going to fall asleep on this one. I just don't. I think he's going to be very focused. Again, there's a lot of bad blood. Masvidal said a lot of things. Said he was a sellout. Said he switched up on him.
He's not the only one.
Said he'd fight his own mother for money. Which is ironic because apparently, and I'm not in the family, but Masvidal doesn't even talk to his mother. So when I look at this, it's like having a good ground game in football. Colby has the ability to get him on the ground. I think he's going to take him down. Against Usman, he didn't throw as much because Usman is built like a little tank and it's hard to get him to the ground. So when I look at this fight, I really love Covington in a decision. I don't think he's going to knock him out because they're not going to be standing up. Now, will he choke him out? Maybe, that's a possibility. Could he put him to sleep? Read him a little bedtime story? Maybe. What do you guys think?
Listen. I don't disagree with everything you're saying, okay? And I have a rule when it comes to making picks. You don't make picks based off emotion. But I also have another rule, okay? When one man disrespects another man, he's capable of catastrophic things, Jake. So I'm going to give a little pre-fight speech here, okay, to Masvidal.
Wow.
Jorge, I want to call you that because I think we could be best friends. Okay? Listen, Colby Covington does not respect you as a man, okay? He does not see you as a mentor. He sees you as a street fighter. So what do you do now? You step in the ring and you make him respect you. And I think that's what's going to happen. Case in point. Can I read you a quote?
Go ahead.
Can I read you a quote?
Well, you're quoted up. Wow.
Can I read you a quote? Masvidal. I pray to God as the referee comes to pull me off Colby, he slips on a banana so I can land a couple more shots that really send him off into another world and he comes back a better person.
Wow. Strong words from a strong man. When I look at this fight, there's no reason that Colby Covington shouldn't win this fight. It just makes sense.
Thank you.
Right? He's better in the ground game. He's a tactical striker. His knockout power is not what Masvidal has. Masvidal has that wow moment. He can knock you out. But picking Masvidal is just, right now, it just feels right in your gut. And I stay true to my gut. It just feels right. And the thing about this fight is how does Colby approach it? Because if he approaches it right, he should be like, I want this fight to go to the ground.
Yeah.
Because he's better.
Yeah.
Right? Champion wrestler in college. That's who Colby is. But does he walk in this ring? Does he get in this octagon? I got something to prove.
And stand up and strike with
I got something to prove. I want to prove to everybody that I can stand up and throw hands with Masvidal. If he approaches that fight like this, because that's an ego thing.
Yep.
That's an ego thing. And what does Colby have a lot of? ego. If he tries to prove that, which I think he will, because he knows that he's better than Masvidal on the ground. Everybody knows that. But he has something to prove. And when you try to get in that octagon and play the card, I got something to prove, that's how you wake up 45 minutes later saying somebody you lost the fight. That's how it happens. So it's me, I think that's how he is going to approach it, right? And I think Masvidal, there's a little some extra when it comes to this. There's a little some extra with the older brother, younger brother. Here, I'm going to sleep on your couch. You take care of me. Your coach has put me to work. I'm not going to pay your coach, and now I'm going to turn against you. That's fine. There's a lot of dark energy coming from Masvidal. And you know what I love? Dark energy. It's different.
Palpatine style?
Yeah, you are Palpatine.
Look in a man's eyes. I can see a look in a man's eyes when he knows the other guy's in trouble, and that's fine. What's it called? Minus 300 or whatever it is. It might statistically make sense, but in my gut, I got a feeling that it's going to be Masvidal.
Masvidal plus 250, Colby Covington minus 310.
Yeah, well, Blaine was born in the upside down of Stranger Things. That's why he likes dark energy. Here's what I'm going to say. You talk to Masvidal a little bit. I'm going to talk to Colby Covington right now. Colby, there's been a lot of stuff thrown around about you coming out of this guy's mouth. What you don't hear is that you put your career on hold for this guy. You helped train this guy for his Strikeforce fights. You took a back seat. And when you started getting yours, he got a little peanut butter and jealous. And then he switched up. And there's a lot building up. When you're with each other and you end up going against each other, it is a little bit different. And I'm the older brother and Blaine's the younger brother, but eventually the little brother grows up. Now in our case, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But in this case, all the disrespect, acting like he's your daddy, like you owe him something. You want to talk about ego, Blaine? Masvidal thrives off pure ego. You want to know why? Because he can't thrive off pure fundamentals. We say on the show all the time, the best teams win in multiple ways. But Colby, to me, I think knows how to really play the game. I don't think he's going to go in there and try to be somebody that he's not, because you're not going to do it. Because you're the better fighter. You're the better wrestler. You're the better champion. And there's an old saying, a hit dog hollers. And Masvidal's doing a lot of hollering right now. But you just wait, Colby, because you're going to be hearing a lot of hollering from him when he's begging you to get off of him and let go of his throat in the cage when the referee goes over and taps him out, or when y'all are standing by each other and he holds your arm up, then you can talk your ish, because it's going down tonight, baby.
Well, let's get this right. Colby's not a champion.
He's going to be.
Okay.
He's got a better chance than Masvidal.
Well, he's not a champion.
He's about to be.
Yeah, there's still one guy who's a champion.
Well, I know. I'm talking about eventually Colby's going to get there.
I would sit here, Masvidal, and give you some big speech to hype you up.
Look at Blaine.
To hype you up, to get you going. And you know how I know you're going to win? Because I don't have to do that. I don't. This man slept on your couch. You gave this man a home, somewhere to live, didn't pay rent. Here, I'll take care of you, little buddy. Little buddy. And now you want to come attack the big dog?
Buddy.
That's fine. That's fine. Keep barking, because big dogs don't bark. Big dogs just bite, and you're going to see that tomorrow.
Yeah, well, all Masvidal's done is barking. You thought he worked at Petco or lived there. But anyways, there is other news. So I'm taking, real quick though, I'm taking Covington, y'all taking Masvidal.
I'm taking plus 250. Yes, I'm going to take that wrinkled up $20 bill. I'm not saying go put your life savings on this guy, okay? What I'm saying is you take the wrinkled up 20 that you found in last year's winter coat, okay? You didn't even know it was there. Maybe plus 250. You put that on.
That's what I'm saying.
Might as well go back.
You get your life savings.
Wow, Blaine.
Everything you own in your bank account.
Don't do that, Blaine.
And you go put it on Masvidal tomorrow night. And you meet me at the Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. And you meet me there.
Whoa.
To fight Dewey the Bear. But I'm just kidding. Put everything you have on Masvidal. I'll say it. I'm not scared. I'm not a guy who dips my toe in the water.
Wow,
I jump in
and drown.
Wow.
You jump in and realize it's a rip current and drown. But anyway, speaking of drowning, the Cowboys have been drowning in lack of playoff success, postseason success, whatever you want to call it. And now it's looking like before March 20th, when you got to pay Amari, like they say in Rounders, pay that man his
money. He did say that. He did say that.
Well, this is the right move for the Cowboys.
Well, it is. Well, here's my thing. I don't think it's bad for either party, right? Two things can be true at once. Amari, you didn't show up in the biggest moments. It's ironic the Cowboys logo is a star, but their stars don't show up when you gotta have them. They haven't. It's a team thing. But Amari, he was good, not great. Yeah. He wasn't doing it when they had to have it. So now you look. I mean, you got Michael Gallup out there. You got Dalton Schultz. You got to look around.
Lamb.
You got CeeDee Lamb. Like you got to look around a little bit. But I do think it could be good for Amari Cooper. Fresh start for Breeze Brothers.
Yeah, I think so
fresh
too.
Start in here.
Fresh start?
Well, I think
fresh start or return to the Raiders?
See, I'm going to get to the 3 teams that I think have the best shot, but I want to hear what Blaine has to say.
I think it's the biggest for one. Amari Cooper has not been able to stay healthy for the last couple years, and that's big. I mean, what's the best ability? Availability?
Yeah,
right?
Stability, in my opinion. But
stability, availability, well, kind of in the same boat. But I look at a good fit for Amari, and I think it's the Chicago Bears.
Really?
I really think it's the Chicago Bears. You got Justin Fields, a young quarterback. You have a experienced receiver coming in there in Amari Cooper, and you don't have a lot of weapons for the Bears at receiver position. You know, you need kind of an older guy in that locker room, especially for Justin Fields. So if it's me, a good fit for Amari Cooper, I think would be the Chicago Bears.
I'm going to give you 3. Unless you want to drop.
I was just going to drop the update, which is, the Cowboys are likely to release Amari Cooper by the start of the quote-unquote new league, which is March 20th. Yep. He is due $20 million, fully guaranteed.
No, it gets to March 21st. Yeah. That paper's got to go in the bank.
So what are your thoughts here?
Yeah,
landing spots.
There's 3 teams. All right, and I'm going to go in descending order.
Okay.
3. I think you look at the Chargers. Mike Williams, maybe testing free agency. You know, again, Keenan Allen, we know is a house might have fallen on him in Kansas. He's such a witch. All right, but you could go there with Justin Herbert, match him up. The weather's good. I think it would be a little bit of a better fit than some places. Chicago, I mean, it's colder than Drake, on a freestyle. And in Dallas, you play in the Dome. But number 2, and this would be the worst case scenario for the Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles in the same division. Think about it. We talked the other day, Devontae Smith. What does Batman need? Robin. Is Devontae Batman? I don't know, but it'd be nice to have 2 Batmans.
Roll Tide.
Then Gotham City would never be in trouble. So if they go there, it helps Jalen Hurts. Now it's a Bama trio.
It's a Bama trio in Philly.
Never a problem.
In Philly.
No, yeah, especially
at
college
the
football.
Receiver.
Hey, you're putting the band back together. A little bop from Hansen. For anybody that realizes that, I thought they were all 3 the same person for a couple years. But the number 1 place, I think Amari Cooper has a chance of ending up, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Really?
That just
Frank Clark, they could let Frank Clark go. They're already clearing cap space.
They
got $10.5 million right now. They let Frank Clark go. You add that guy into the mix. Offense got stagnant in the AFC Championship game. Amari Cooper going there with the witch that is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Tyreek Hill, who's quicker than a hiccup. I think the Chiefs are in a really good spot to get Amari Cooper. And if they do, as much as I dislike Jackson Mahomes, I'd be definitely excited about that.
I think the Chiefs need to invest more in their defense. I don't think their offense is the problem, realistically.
Well, again, but we're not saying, again, the defense and, the offensive line, they've kind of tried to patch that up. We can talk about that. But adding another weapon to that offense, the defense is going to be what it is. And you do have to clear some space with Frank Clark, this and that. But you add that guy, you add Amari Cooper, there is no more stagnation. Remember, the Chiefs had to kind of rise like a phoenix from the ashes after the year they had to start off.
Yeah. Well, I realistically think the best fit for him would be the Chicago Bears. Because who does Chicago have at receiver other than Denzel Mooney?
You.
Yeah, basically me, which isn't good. You're not going to win a lot of games with me there. So if I'm Amari Cooper and I know it's cold, well, at the end of the day, green's green, money's money. I don't care what the temperature is outside.
It's like they say,
you get paid to play football.
Yeah, my favorite color is green, and my favorite mascot.
It's 90 degrees outside or 30 degrees outside. But I still think for a young quarterback in Justin Fields, it's nothing better than having an experienced veteran receiver in that locker room you can talk to before and after games, get your timing down, and you need someone else other than Denzel Mooney at the receiver position. It's going to be very hard for Justin Fields to succeed.
And you know who that sounds a lot like? Sounds like the Eagles.
How about this? Since we were talking about so many Alabama players over there with Philly, right? Okay. What happened with the Raiders? The Henry Ruggs situation, unfortunate. Who'd they lose? We were just talking about who should they maybe fill in at wide receiver. What if Amari goes home? Okay, goes back to the Raiders, even though I will say I put that out earlier and a lot of Raiders fans weren't feeling it. They said, no, thank you. But since all we seem to be doing is talking about Alabama football players, why don't we go ahead and talk about Mac Jones? Okay, what does Bill Belichick do? He takes these older players, especially wide receivers, especially wide receivers. Randy Moss, remember when he went up there? I think maybe Chad Johnson, I'm not going to call him Chad Ochocinco, did a little stint up there. What if Amari Cooper goes to New England, all right, mentors another young quarterback in Mac Jones, and maybe they get back on the Super Bowl?
I also think that's a really good.
Yeah, well, look, it's like taking gifts to the VFW. There's nothing better than veterans' presents.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
Amari Cooper, you already got a rapport with Derek Carr, so I don't think it's crazy. The Raiders have some pieces as well. Adding him would be big. You're used to it. But before we go, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend, remember, subscribe. Coach K.
Coach K.
Duke.
Final time. Cameron Indoor.
It's going to be nuts. You know, again, it's something where
it just hurts to say.
It does.
Man, it's crazy. It's like a new generation. We talked about in the NBA the other day, right? Like LeBron, you're on your way out. I know he's doing really well for the Lakers. He may play till he's 46 years old. I don't know. Or
he just wants to play a year.
Wants to play a year with Bronny. On his way out. Eventually, you're going to start seeing this new wave come along. So I'll be very interested to see how John Shire does going forward. That's a tough guy to follow. You look at Jim Boeheim at Syracuse. We mentioned that a little bit this week. That's going to be an interesting follow. A little bit different because Syracuse was good before Jim Boeheim was there. Duke was nothing before Coach K was there. Hubert Davis at North Carolina. Going to see how that experiment keeps going after taking over for Roy Williams. Mark Few, I still think, has got a really long way to go to Gonzaga. George Kampf, I don't know if he'll ever leave Oakland, kind of like Derek Carr.
My question for you with Duke, North Carolina, one of the greatest rivalries ever. Where does it rank in your list of greatest rivalries?
All sports?
All sports. All rivalries.
All college?
All college and professional greatest rivalries list.
If you're taking everything into account from college and pro from all sports, which that is an elite list, it's top 5 to me. It's the best one in college basketball. It's the best one in college basketball.
I think probably 4. I mean, Michigan, Ohio's 1, right? Right, we can agree on that.
Well, we know.
And then House Divided up there is 2. Auburn, Alabama up there, House Divided 2.
Auburn, Alabama.
And then 3 Yankees, Red Sox, 3, right?
Auburn,
Duke,
Auburn, Alabama, Yankees, Red Sox.
Wow, you're going Yankees, Red Sox at 2?
That's hate.
But they play so many times a year, but it is hate, though.
No, that's hate. Then
football will always be the
Ohio
greatest
State,
rivalries.
probably North Carolina, Duke, and what, Cardinals, Cubs?
How about Army, Navy?
Army, Navy.
If we really, I think you should look at it in like all the major sports, like take the top one from the major sports. Like not even, it's tough to sit here and rank top 5 like that, but it's like all the ones from the major sports. College basketball, it's North Carolina, Duke. College football, we know it's Auburn, Alabama.
Woo!
Baseball, Yankees, Red Sox is still the best one to me.
Yep.
I think it's better than the Cubs, Cardinals. And you can make an argument for the game, obviously.
Thank you so much for allowing me to do that.
One day on that. But I think you look at all the major sports and look at it. But it's the best one in college basketball, which is, one of our favorite sports and one of your favorite sports. But we appreciate you guys. It's been a heck of a first week. Unbelievably excited to be here at the Daily Wire. And like Masvidal's chances of winning the fight, we're gone. See you Monday.